Has everybody got a copy of the readings? Yep. There's a transcript of this talk that you're about to hear by Moshe in the readings. Anyway, I'll stop being silly. I need to contextualize the talk. Otherwise, it's not going to make any sense. Well, it makes sense, but not the kind of sense I want it to make. This talk was given in 1981. We're getting towards the tail end of the human potential movement in the United States. There's been an absolute boom of what has come to be known as bodywork. Now that term bodywork is really, really important because he's talking against it. He's trying to position what it is that he does in functional integration as distinct from what he believes body workers are doing. So that's really important to know about this talk. Second thing to know about this talk, the talk is given in that part of the training where students have just begun to do FI. And they've started to practice a little bit. And I'm not sure, but maybe there's been questions that he's been asked or things that he's overheard, and it's pricked him, perturbed him into this talk. So that's another aspect to think of. There's probably one more aspect, and that is he's already graduated one bunch of students, North American students, from the San Francisco training. They graduated in 1975, 76, 77. And like so many other graduates, not in Feldenkrais, but in other disciplines, they're wanting to know, what is this work that we're doing? Now, thankfully, in that course, in his San Francisco training, there was one particular chap who was a professor of philosophy called Thomas Hanna. He'd been writing about this kind of stuff for a while, and he coined the term somatics. And the Greek word soma, he captured it. He recaptured its original meaning, which is not just the fleshy body, but the fleshy body in living process, which then includes all the experiences that manifest in that body in the process of living. So that's a very different idea from the common understanding of what soma is, which is a body. So they're the three perspectives. So the Feldenkrais work is part of this domain called somatics. What is somatics? This model is trying to get to that. FI is part of, this model is trying to address what are we doing when we do functional integration? What are we addressing and what are we attempting to address? And third of all, it's trying to locate the method within a framework that is very undifferentiated in the English-speaking language in the United States of bodywork. Yeah? So take the talk in that context and it'll make sense. Please know that, see, there is one more thing. I've edited this talk. It's not the whole kit and caboodle. The information that I've edited it down to, from my perspective, is the important information. The information that I've taken out was very specific information for that moment in time in that training program when there was a couple of guys hassling this one woman in the training. They were, you know, hitting upon her and all kinds of things. And part of this talk was trying to address, stop doing that. The way you're trying to interact with this woman is, you know, wolves do a better job than you do. Knock it off, basically. Now, I've taken that context out and left this because you can have them quite independent. But know that the longer version, when you go to watch it, that's what you'll mostly hear. All right. The talk, I've edited it down to about 8 minutes or 10 minutes or something out of 55. So it's, yeah. And then we can discuss that and we'll see where we go from there. All right. Here we go.